knowing the players so well. Thank you so much, Senator. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, in the 2 years since the law was signed, the impacts of Obamacare have already been felt. In fact, my next guest says Obamacare may well be the single biggest cause of our jobs problem and debt crisis. Republican Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison joins me now. Senator, welcome to the show. What do you mean that Obamacare is the center of some of these jobs problems?
Oh, I think clearly the business people, especially small business people, are not hiring right now because they are looking at the costs of Obamacare. They're looking at the added penalty that they're going to have to pay if they don't cover their employees with the government mandates in this plan that they have to give. And so many of them are saying, you know what, that's another big expense and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait and see how it all plays out and see what my expenses are.
You've said that some 48% of small businesses say they aren't hiring because of Obamacare, because of this additional cost, and that's what's constraining obviously the jobs market in this country. But another thing I'm concerned about is the number of employers offering coverage. Now, there's a big debate over how many employers might cancel coverage if Obamacare stays in play. What do you say?
Well, a large percentage are saying that they are going to drop coverage because the mandates in the bill prescribe what has to be in an employer program. And if you don't meet those exact standards, then you're going to have to pay a fine anyway. So many of the employers are saying that they are not going to offer that exact government mandate program, and so they might as well just offer nothing and pay the fine because they're going to have to pay it anyway. I think the costs in this are what people haven't felt yet. That's going to take place in the next 2 years following this year.
Absolutely.
So they're frozen because they don't know what to expect yet.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, we have an insurance program pretty extensive in place with employers, and now we're jeopardizing that with Obamacare. You talk about tax increases coming our way. You say some $800 billion in tax increases with Obamacare. But Senator, is this really going to be enough to pay for it? Because every time I turn around, the potential costs of this law seem to be doubling.
Oh, they are. You remember that President Obama said that premiums would be lower for every family. That's wrong. The premiums are going up in anticipation of this plan going into effect next year and the year after. Premiums have gone up everywhere and coverage has gone down. It's caused the system to change already for the worse, and then we're looking after it does take effect of employers dropping insurance and going into the government plan and just paying the fines, but it's also going to cost taxpayers more because the more people who go on the government plan, the more subsidies there are going to be. It's really so ill thought out. I hope the Supreme Court sees its way clear, and I'm going to be there tomorrow to hear the arguments on severability. But I hope they can see their way clear to say this is an intrusion on freedom. It's an intrusion on the ability of the individual to decide what kind of coverage they want, and it's an intrusion on the companies about what they can offer in their business model. Right. It's overreaching government at its finest.
You know, we started out saying we were going to cut the costs of health care, and we've managed to double them in just 2 years. It's amazing what's happened here. Senator Hutchison, thanks for your time today.
In the process. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you. Appreciate your time, and I hope you have an interesting